Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Martin and I just wanted to officially welcome you to EDX 336. This class is about how to lesson plan for our diverse learners and those with disabilities. So I'm so excited that you're enrolled in this course. It is a very fast-paced course. It's only about 8 weeks. We end in March, so I encourage you to look at the course calendar and really keep up with all of the course assignments. So the point of this video is for me to kind of give you a tutorial about how to navigate our site, number one, finding important documents, number two, and then number three, talk about our huge assignment, which is our Universally Designed Lesson Plan, or our UDLP. So you'll see that I have the course up here on my screen, and hopefully you see all the announcements that come in. So every Monday I will send an announcement, and it will explain what's due that week. And then on Thursday, because you will always have Thursday assignments due, I'll send a reminder announcement and about what's due that Thursday, and then what's probably due that weekend by that Sunday night. So you'll hear from me at least twice during the week, Mondays and Thursdays. It will always be under announcements. I also elect for this to go to your email. So if you have a USCA email, this will go straight to there also. So hopefully you have found the Welcome Start Here page. I'm going to click on that. This really provides the outline of our course, the whole point of our course. It also has the syllabus, so let me pull that up. Again, I'm Dr. Martin. Here are my office hours. Really, it's best to email me. I'll be glad to meet with you anytime I'm available, not just during my office hours. So I do teach Wednesday and Thursday mornings face-to-face on our Aiken campus. So if you email me Wednesday or Thursday morning and I don't get right back with you, it's because I'm in class. And I will certainly get back to you after my class ends around noon, both of those days. There aren't any required textbooks. You're expected to log in 3 to 4 times a week just because we do have assignments due throughout the week. Our grading scale. Late work will be accepted up to 2 days past the deadline. Anything after 48 hours won't be accepted. If you have some extraordinary extenuating circumstance, just keep me informed and keep me in the loop. That's the best way. I'm certainly flexible as long as I kind of know what's going on. For assignments that are submitted up to 2 days late, it will be a letter grade deduction per day. These are your course assignments. You can read through those. So that's our syllabus. If you go back to our Welcome Start Here page, the other important part of this is our course calendar. This is probably the most important because it's a fast-paced course. So just be sure that you're keeping up. Any work that's due in this column will be on Thursday night. You always have team feedback due Sunday night, and any major assignments are always due on Sunday night. So essentially you have stuff due Thursdays and stuff due Sundays. You'll notice for this week you're doing the Welcome Start Here page. You're also doing the syllabus statement on the Welcome Start Here page, so please do that if you haven't done it already. And then we're reviewing kind of SPED 101, and you're submitting your welcome video to the discussion board by Thursday. You're providing feedback to the welcome videos by Sunday. This is your syllabus statement, so you'll just click that and just acknowledge that you've read it. That's Lily, my cat. That's an important part. She is in her little Clemson jersey. Fortunately, Clemson did not make the playoffs tonight, so I guess we're going to root on the dogs, but we are Clemson Tigers through and through. Okay, so if we go back up to our left-hand menu, you'll also notice assignments. And so you can click on week 1 assignments. These will come available as we go through the semester for y'all. So again, you have the syllabus statement due. You have to pick a UDLP team, which I'll talk about in just a second. And you have your welcome video due. So these links are active, meaning I can click that and it will take me straight to the discussion board for the welcome videos. It explains what you're going to do. It even has a rubric. For this one, you only have to respond to 3 of your peers. You don't have to do everybody. I'll respond to everybody after Thursday when you turn them in, but you just have to respond to 3. Then also over here, you have our weeks. Again, these will be live for y'all as we go. I always start every module with this, what we're doing. a little snippet of our schedule for the week, and when everything is due, then you'll have the links to the different modules. So this will just take you back to this Welcome Start Here page. This is module 1B, which has content and information about SPED 101. And this has your week 1 assignment. So every week will be organized in this way. There'll be a little blurb from me, a little review of our calendar, the different modules, and our assignments. The big assignment for this class is the UDLP, or also called the Universally Designed Lesson Plan. And during week 2, this will go live for y'all. And essentially, it's going to explain how we're going to manage our teams in this big assignment throughout the course. So essentially, we're taking the School of Ed's lesson plan template and we're chunking it using backward design. So backward design is a way to plan your lessons that focus on what's the end goal in mind. So what skills are they going to transfer? How are you going to assess that end goal? And then we're going to plan our lesson. So often teachers just plan a lesson based on a cute Pinterest activity, and that's fun and all, but we're going to use backward design, which is research-based, saying we actually have to understand the big idea of these skills first. How are we going to assess those big ideas? And then we're going to plan our lesson and the cute activities and things like that. So it's very important to note that on our course calendar, every time that you have parts due for your Universally Designed Lesson Plan, your UDLP, those parts are absolutely aligned to the content in that modules this week. So for instance, for when we start doing assessments and you start writing pre-assessments and post-assessments, the module for that week will be all about formative and summative assessments. So it's really important that you do the modules first before you start working on the UDLP each week. So when you get to this part, remember I went to assignments. I'm going to hit UDLP when that's available to y'all. And I have all of these documents and information for you. The most important one that you need right now is this last one, UDLP Steps Spring of 22. So let me open that. And this document, y'all, you just need to download and save it because every week you're going to be doing something on this document and uploading it to your team. So it'll go over the instructions. This is an important part. This is an individual assignment. So you're going to pick a UDLP team to work with during week 1, and that team's just providing feedback about your lesson plan. It is not one lesson plan per team. It is one lesson plan per person. You're all just providing feedback to each other. These are all the parts that you'll be doing, and so each part will be due to your team discussion board on Thursday night. You'll submit feedback to all of your team members by Sunday night, okay? So I just want to talk about the organization of this document really fast. So when you go to our course calendar, which looks like this, and you see, oh my goodness, I have UDLP Part 1 due for next week, so 2 Thursdays, if you're watching this on Monday the 10th from now, you'll have UDLP Part 1 due. That, I need to look at this document because this is my UDLP. This is part 1. And so for every part, I have the instructions and the links that you might need. So for instance, you're just picking your topic next week, and all you're going to need are the state standards. So the link's are already there for you. This box, you'll see it for every part. They're just considerations for you as you plan. You don't have to necessarily answer each question explicitly, but just for some things to think about. So I want to also reiterate one more time. So next week when this is due for week 2, a part of the module for week 2 will be how to read state standards. Again, everything is aligned. It's so very important you do the module before you do the UDLP work. Trust me, that's where it gets a little sticky sometimes. I can tell if you haven't done the module. Part 2, again, when part 2 is due on the calendar, which won't be till week 3, notice the module that week's about assessment, and then guess what? You have to plan your assessments for UDLP. And that's the format of this entire document, okay? When you get to part 4, it's really important that you're going to pick 2 case study students to work with. You don't need to do that before part 4. The whole point of this is whatever topic you want, we can differentiate to any kid. So you don't need to pick a kid ahead of time. And you will pick a kid from the UDLP students, which will be here. So at part 4, you'll actually pick one of these students, or 2 of these students, I'm sorry, to plan for, to differentiate for. The other documents and information on this just talk about our rubrics and what I'm expecting. So every week you're going to post your part or parts that are due to your team discussion board. And again, this is week 1. You're going to pick whichever team you want. It does not matter which team. And I've already organized your group discussion board by weeks. And so you're going to see like UDLP part 1, UDLP part 2, and then I think we get to UDLP parts 3 to 6 for 1 week. You will just open the discussion board and you will upload that UDLP document each week. We will go in and provide feedback. Everybody on your team will, so we'll read everybody's UDLPs every week. That's why we have teams, so you're not reading everybody in the whole classes. You're just reading your teams every week. So I'll go back. I am not grading you on it being the most perfect lesson plan every week. I'm grading you that you actually thought it through. So this is the rubric I'll actually be using when I grade your parts. Did you submit it on time, and were they complete? Okay. You will be giving feedback to your team, each team member, using this form. Now, obviously, there's going to be parts of the form that are not applicable every week, but you do need to use this form for all of your feedback to your team, and this is how I'll be grading your feedback to each team member every week. Okay, so again, I'm not grading on whether you have the most perfect lesson plan in the world. The whole point is getting feedback from me and your team. Okay, but you do need to turn it in on time, and you need to have some thought behind it. The more you give me, the more feedback I can give you. Okay, so that is our UDLP. I promise you it's not as daunting as it looks right now. We have 8 weeks, and so you'll essentially have, 1 to 3 or 4 parts due each week, and we've chunked it on purpose using backward design, which you'll learn about in week 2, and making sure that you do the modules before you do the UDLP work that week is going to be so important and critical. Okay, you can find all of your other assignments here too once they go live for you. They'll also always be linked in the week that it is due. So that's kind of a tutorial about our Blackboard site. Again, the Welcome Start Here page includes our syllabus and our calendar in your syllabus statement. Our teams link, you're just going to pick a random team, and that's who you're going to be working with throughout the rest of the semester. And then each week, we'll have a little blurb from me. You'll have the calendar, you'll have what's due, and then you'll have the content. Again, I'm going to reiterate one more time. The content is aligned to your UDLP work. So do the module before you do the UDLP each week. UDLP parts are always due Thursday nights. Feedback to your team will always be due Sunday nights. Major assignments will be always due on Sunday nights. Email me if you have questions about anything. I'd rather you email me than be lost. So it's Melissa, MELISSA, MA @usca.edu. Let me know how I can help.